Like, what the fuck is this? There we go.
Are you good at it?
Yeah, but this is not, I definitely am not like, I don't look like I'm doing this correctly, but I promise you, I've...
I've never tasted a cap like this.
Yeah, I'm glad we're cooking with it. Got the cameraman trying to, yo. Yo, cheeks. Nah, that is gross.
The aftertaste?
Is foul.
My
It's
mouth
nasty.
is so dry.
Bro, that's disgusting.
Yo, I'm sorry. I picked out this one.
No, it's good for cooking. So 00 is one of the finest. And
Powder,
they have-
like powder. So it's more easily like mixable.
Yeah, it makes things al dente.
King Arthur, 1790.
Do you know how to crack egg?
One-handed?
No, just.
Yeah, of
just
course
cook.
I want.
Okay, I need you to crack. Let me see.
That's so embarrassing that that's a question for me.
I'm just double checking, you know.
I'll impress you right now. I'm gonna do a single-handed crack.
Don't try to impress
I'm gonna
me.
do a single-handed crack. You ready to see this? One-handed crack. Here we go. Oh Jesus Christ!
If there's eggshell in the pasta, we know whose fault is it.
No eggshell. No
nice.
eggshell. No eggshell. That wasn't even a good one. That was not a good one.
You have 2 more to prove yourself.
So I heard you're not supposed to do it on a corner.
Yo.
Because no. But that's alright because then I just go. What? Look at that. That's a one-handed crack. Look at the shell. Look at the shell. Perfectly in half. Oh my grandfather, I could do that shit.
1 more.
Here we go. Let's see if I can get even more. Perfect. Okay, that's decent. Oh no. This needs a little more. There we go. This one might be a little problem. Yup.
Ooh.
Look at that. Bop in one go.
Look at it.
No, there's a no. You didn't see that. Look, it's not there anymore.
I feel like this is not me cooking. It's me asking, like making Brendan to cook, basically.
No, am I being shit? I feel like I'm being shit. Right now.
Looks like a bagel.
No, this is not incorporated well.
Yo, who the fuck mixed this, bro? You mixed this. Why'd you mix it like that? Do you want me to knead this ball too?
Let me see. It's okay. I mean, eventually it's gonna go into our stomach. It's gonna be fine. Bon appetit. Ready?
Cheers.
It's hot.
It's so hot, but it's so good.
Oh, that sauce.
Yo.
That sauce.
You want some spoon?
I think I might need a spoon.
Yeah. Take a spoon from the drawer.
Oh my.
Is it gross that I put the noodle back in after I bit it?
Just don't say it. Nice.
Bro. we just finished eating an amazing meal that you put together from scratch, everything from scratch. It was beautiful. Today we have with me, first time coming onto the podcast. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on. We got Chef Sarah in the building. In the fucking building. You made that fire. So what, first of all, I want to call it Asian Italian fusion, like pasta.
Yeah.
Because there were some Asian influences. It was really good. There's gonna be a bit, you've probably already seen it, of us eating it, cooking it, everything. It's fucking fire. But like, what made you come up with that recipe on the spot?
Oh, wait, could I first ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know which episode it is? Like,
this one is episode 60.
wow.
60, yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Yeah, I've been following your podcasting journey, and it's like, wow, like, it's been so long.
Yeah, it's been I haven't been as consistent as I should be, but it's been I've been probably doing this for maybe like a year, I would say, like solidly a year. There was like a long break I took in the very beginning of it, but that was a long time ago. So I really consider the start of it like a year ago, I would say, something like that.
This is really consistent. Okay, about the pasta, my inspiration behind it.
Yeah, like what made you think all of a sudden to combine those ingredients?
I think, well, first of all, because this weekend was really rainy, so like it makes me want to, like, obviously we rule out of the initial plan of grilling, because initially we want to do like pork chop or a steak, some easy and fast and like easily wowing the crowd dish.
Yeah.
Right. And it was rainy, and I was like, oh, what, like a really good hearty dish, and also teach you a little bit about cooking is, a pasta dish, and making pasta from scratch is always like an experience.
It definitely was an experience.
Yeah. No, you were working hard. I think your hand's gonna hurt tomorrow.
I can see what you mean, just because you're putting a lot of pressure, and it's like a while, like maybe 10 minutes that you're just going at it with that thin rolling pin.
Yeah.
But I liked it. It was fun. It was
Yeah.
super fun. And you're a good teacher, and I'm a shit cook. Like, I'm a shit cook. Horrible. So I appreciate you for dealing with me while we were trying to do that.
No. It was really fun. And then, like, I really like the recipe, the ragu. It's from New York Times. So the recipe itself comes from New York Times,
Okay.
the ragu sauce.
It was good.
Obviously I didn't follow the step by step, because, like as a chef / cook myself, like sometimes it's all about art making.
It's a feel in the moment thing.
Yeah, exactly. So we decided to do the pasta with parsley leaves and shiso leaves inside.
Mm-hmm.
I've made that pasta probably like freshman year in at Fordham before. Like, I tried that, and then it's a pasta making art. There's a lot of chefs online that also are really good at making colorful pasta, different shape,
Okay.
and they like add leaves, or they add different color, like that's where the inspiration comes from.
That was I would say, I've never seen I can honestly say I've seen like squidding pasta where the pasta itself is a different color, but I've never seen patterns or like literally like ingredients laid out whole, and it's like it's like it was almost printed onto the pasta. That was super cool.
Yeah.
And then making it from hand, especially seeing like step by step, laying out the fucking leaves. It's so like, it was labor intensive, but in like a good way.
Yeah.
It's not the type of meal I feel like that you could cook every day. That would take so long every single day. Like, that'd be crazy. But it was a fire meal to make for sure. I enjoyed that very much. And today's episode is so food centric. You've blessed us here with there's so many taste tests that we're gonna do too.
Yeah.
And then so let's do the taste test, and then after that, I wanna ask you these questions about like your career as a chef, and then like just a little bit more about you.
Thank you.
This is gonna be fun.
So like I could give you a little bit background about this chocolate.
Yes, please do.
I kind of fall in love with single origin chocolate like during pandemic. I did some road trip, and I think along the way of my road trip, like I visit different coffee shop, and certain coffee shop they carry like very special chocolate.
Okay.
And then that's when I learned about single origin stuff. It's kind of like coffee and wine, right? Like wine, we have Bordeaux, right? It's like single origin. They don't blend different grapes. It's just grapes from Bordeaux.
Okay.
Makes Bordeaux wine. Same as chocolate, like Hershey's or like, all the other Dove chocolate. They
Mass
mix,
produce?
Yeah, they mass produce. They mix everything together.
So they're just getting giant batches of this stuff and they're just mixing it all
Yeah,
together
exactly.
as like one ingredient.
Yes, but like now there are like different chocolate factories and brands. They want to highlight the chocolate beans and their texture from different origins, and you can
Okay.
really tell the difference if you're like just comparing them and taste testing them.
This is going to
all
be
at
very
once.
interesting. Yeah, this is going to be super. I think this is going to be really cool because, and you could see here, we're not fucking around with the milk chocolate today. We got
Yeah,
the
it's all
real
dark chocolate.
so you could appreciate the flavor of the bean that you're talking about. That's, single sourced here.
Yeah. Okay.
And we got some whiskey to taste test, but, that's for like later.
Yes.
All right, let's do
So-
this. Where do you want to start?
Let me start you with shitty whole food chocolate.
Okay.
So you will like taste the difference, like one
Alright.
baking chocolate.
a little chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip. And that's when you can, like, you need to start with that. And then I used to have like a really good chocolate collection in LA, but when I moved, I accidentally forgot a whole box of them. It's really sad. Like, I have all the chocolate bars, but I just started slowly building mine in New York. This one comes from a California brand called Fruition, and they do like somewhat their price range is like somewhat high. I think
Okay.
a bar of them costs like $17.
Yeah, you could tell just based off the packaging. This is some beautiful packaging. Like, look at this paper.
Like, they really go in with this, and then they will have like different type of like like this. They'll show you how it's
meant
made.
bean to bar process.
Yes.
There's a whole story. All right, I like the branding here. This is good branding, product quality, all that jazz.
So could you read where this bar comes from?
All right, so in the package it says we begin with a selection of flavorful, ethically sourced cacao beans. Using both modern and traditional techniques, we craft with an eye for detail. The result is award-winning chocolate and confections that make us proud. Please enjoy. It's from, let's see,
The
chocolate
beans
bean product.
should come from the front page.
Cacao pods. Oh,
It says
Dominican Oco Caribe Dark.
okay.
Oco.
So
Did I pronounce that right?
I think so.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So it
Yeah.
shows the country.
It shows the country. It shows the percentage. So these two Fruition are both
68% cacao.
percent cacao. So all these single origin chocolate, they only have like chocolate beans, cacao butter, and sugar. They don't have milk powder. They don't have like all these like other added things. Cheers.
Cheers.
Can you taste the flavor?
Wow. Okay. I'm not even just bullshitting y'all. I swear to fucking God. I was expecting for there to be like somewhat of a difference. The two are completely fucking different. The chocolate chips from where's that from?
Whole Foods.
Whole Foods. So Whole Foods
It's
obviously
like a blend.
good shit. Whole Foods sells good shit. And there's nothing wrong with that per se. But when you eat this, that right up front is just sweet, dark, and it's like the flavor is very immediate and then it drops away very quickly. This is like you start chewing it, it breaks apart. The flavor is like a little bit more of a delayed flavor kick, but then it's like so rich. There's
Yeah.
like layers to the
Can-
flavor.
Like also, it's like it has like some fruity taste. Honestly, to me, this bar tastes like it's a little date.
Like a date.
Date.
Yeah,
Like
at
a
the end
date.
I could it tastes like a little bit like I don't know how to explain it. It's just like a smooth, fruity like nuttiness almost.
Yeah.
At the end.
And another thing I do want to point out to you is like the texture. So the chips is like crispy.
Yeah.
Like crisp.
Yeah.
But this one they actually melt.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's like creamy.
yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
Go
Wow.
ahead. This one is from the same roastery, same brand, but it's Peru. Beans from Peru. 68%.
Peruvian 68% dark chocolate. Here we go. What?
You can taste the difference in
What?
flavor, right?
No, hold on. Hold on. This is literally just the bean, sugar. So like you're saying all of them have the same ingredients? So it's the bean
It's
that
the
I'm taking.
beans that you're tasting different.
That is completely fucking different from the first one. Not disregard those now. This is complete. It's almost like it's not spicy, but it's almost spicy. Like it has like a
It's a different
more
flavor.
fragrant.
Yeah. I would say so.
The flavor is more like it's more. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You can go back and taste this again. Like it's.
Holy shit. We have 8 chocolates that are of this caliber. My palate is gonna be absolutely destroyed after this. This is so like.
And the texture is a little different.
Mm-hmm. See, like this one's delayed for me. This one's very yeah. I would say this one has a more subtle flavor than this one. This is fucking nuts.
This is so.
This
That's
is
why
nuts.
I kind of fall in love with like single origin, because like all you need to do is like find an afternoon, like just taste test offer different chocolate from around the world.
I'm not even kidding. I think like if you were to blindfold me and then feed me like just which one, I think I could. No, I know I could. I could be like, that's this one
Okay, let's cleanse our palate.
with the crappy Whole Foods one.
Yeah, with the crappy whole food one. You can taste the difference, right?
Yeah, this is not good after eating
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
This
mean,
one
it's
tastes
chocolate.
like
It's
cane
good, but it's
sugar.
not as good. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, next one. I'll say the similar one. This is I'm not a big fan of this brand because they're vegan chocolate, and
Okay.
like I don't think like
Vegan chocolate needs to be vegan.
no, and they have like more added stuff in this, but this bar come from Ghana.
Okay.
So my boyfriend went to Ghana recently. His family is Ghanaian descent,
Okay.
and he brought this back.
This is sick.
And like I have to remind you to like notify the texture difference, like when you chew on it.
It says Ghana on it. That's so cool.
Yeah.
On the actual.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Like,
just me?
Do the ASMR first.
Okay.
Right.
I'm just gonna eat the whole thing. Actually, should I? I feel like a chip. Okay. This one's much more, almost powdery.
Mm-hmm.
Who fucking knew chocolate could have so many different layers to it? Like differences. Look at that.
It's very different.
But immediately after you break and you start chewing it, it just kind of like falls apart. Crumbly. It's like crumbly.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not creamy.
Mm-hmm. It's not.
Like
It doesn't melt.
yeah.
It's more of like a. It turns into like a powder, then your saliva makes it into like liquid.
Yeah.
But it's not like melting.
yeah.
That is fucking good though.
You like it?
Do you think the reason it doesn't melt is because it doesn't have milk?
Yes and no. I think so. From my experience, the flavor of the bar of different chocolate, that are the same percentage, comes from the flavor of the bean.
Okay.
From the region, but the texture comes from how the roastery treated it, right? Like, they usually when they harvest the bean, they get it roasted at the farm first.
Okay.
And then they pack it, ship it to the roastery in California. This one is like local, like Ghana, and then they roast it again. And then like how they roast again and how like what ingredients they put on, like for example like cacao butter, if they have milk powder, if they add some gum and soy milk or something, like it affects the texture of it.
Gotcha.
So like one could be very creamy, one could be super like crispy and powdery.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, like, but it's really interesting because I used to have a bar, like, different bars of the same origin, Tanzania.
Okay.
Chocolate. There's like a super famous single origin chocolate farm in Tanzania that supply multiple chocolate brands.
Okay.
And if you taste test that, you can taste like their chocolate is very lemony.
That's really
But
interesting.
it depends on different brands how they roast it. It could be very crispy or it could be very, very creamy, like almost like macadamia. like cream.
Wow.
So like it's that's difference. Like texture wise, it's a difference of how they roast it.
That's pretty crazy. That's
Yeah.
amazing. I did not realize that this was such like a like multi-layered thing.
Yeah. Okay, so for this one, I don't think this one is single
How
origin.
many? There's 5 more. All right. How about this? Let's taste, and then while we taste, I ask you a question, and then like
Yeah.
while you're chewing, like we could do question per taste.
Okay,
So-
sounds good. Actually, I haven't opened this 2 bar yet. So this 1 bar yet. So, okay, what's your question? And then we do one more chocolate.
Okay. So then we. So the first question I want to ask you is, well, I want to start off with the craziest shit. You ended up cooking. So tell me how you go from, you were born in China, you grew up there until what age?
Until like high school, graduating high school.
Graduating high school, and then you move. What is the culture shock of moving to America? And then how the fuck do you end up as a Chinese immigrant, right? Or are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
No.
Yeah.
But you're on here on
H-1B. I'm
Okay,
on working
gotcha.
visa here.
Gotcha. But how do you come at like Chinese born, come here, end up being a chef that cooks for Marlon Wayans? And Tiffany
I
Haddish.
know, yeah,
How
I'm,
the
like,
fuck does that
dreaming
happen?
too.
Okay,
I
so
don't know, honestly.
that's like a very open-ended, broad question. But
Yeah.
Okay, so first let's start with this. How did you when did you know you wanted to do something with food, like your career?
Oh yeah, since I was very little. So like if you really want to go into the villain origin story, right? Like how I started is because my parents actually don't cook.
Really?
Yeah. So it's very against the stereotype, you know. I always grew up envy those chefs who are like, oh, I grew up in my grandma's kitchen, or like my family always cook together, because my family don't. Like
Both your parents don't cook.
they don't cook well. Like they don't have a passion for food like I
Okay.
do.
So it's more like food for sustenance, like just to
Yes.
survive.
Yes, like my parents, like my mom comes up, she has some horrible recipes. Like to this days, and I'm like, it's like
What do you mean horrible? Like how?
traumatized me.
Why? How? What? In what way?
Like because okay, she's chemistry major. She's like, all I can do is make sure the food is cooked. But like,
So no seasoning.
oh
No
my
seasoning?
gosh, my mom went through a phase where like, you know, certain parents really want to put healthy eating into the
Okay.
habit. Like she went through a phase where no oil, no salt. Like
No salt.
yeah, no salt. And
Salt is literally like the bait. Like I feel like That's not even. That's baseline.
yeah, so
That's
like
foundational cooking.
so like when I was in middle school, like to this day, one of my friends growing up, they're like, Sarah, sometimes we really felt sorry for you because you brought the breakfast your mom made for you, and we're just like looking at you and like feel sorry for you that
What
you
was
have
the
to eat
breakfast?
it. So my mom would get those like steamed buns.
Okay.
Like basically it's like Chinese bread.
Yeah.
But it's like, imagine it's just like bread. And then my mom would use like non-stick pan to fry an egg. So no oil, no salt. And then like it's just a big bun, and then she cut it in half, put the fried egg in the middle, and like give it to me. And like
That sounds pretty bland.
it's very bland, and it's like it's dry.
Yeah, I
like,
can see that. Yeah.
My friend was like, I thought you were gonna choke on yourself.
Was it a runny yolk or a?
No.
No way. Not
Fully
even the runny
cooked,
yolk. No.
obviously. Like everything dry and bland.
Not even a runny yolk.
No,
That's
no,
the
no.
best way. How do you like your eggs? I like them. I like the yolk to be a little runny.
Yeah, I like them semi-runny, but like in China, people don't eat like raw food, right? Like
I
it's a
can't
big
believe, but
thing.
not even runny yolk.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
So I to this day, my friends who I grew up with, they're like, sometimes I feel like you're gonna choke on your breakfast.
I could understand why. That shit looks like, it probably looked like a chalk ball, like
Yeah.
a big ass ball of chalk that you were just eating. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, like my
That's
mom
a rag
would.
I'm not trying to rag on your mom, but that's wild.
My mom is, well, she tried her best. She actually ended up finding like she learned some Instant Pot recipe later
Oh,
on.
okay, fire.
So she she would make soup that the meat is cooked but the carrot's still raw. Like
How is that even possible?
I know, like it's forever a mystery in my life of how she even made like a stew where the beef is so tender but like the carrots is raw.
Yeah, wait, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, how is that actually possible?
I think she probably just
she
put it
added
too
in the
late.
carrot later.
Too
Okay,
late. Yeah. But yeah, so I didn't grow up in a family that cooks. My parents, so in this case, you know, they always like ask me. They're like, how I ended up make a kid who was so into food. Because when I was little, I love eating. I was a chubby baby.
chubby baby.
Oh my gosh, yeah. My mom would like talk to me like, oh, you know those kids who are like having trouble finishing their plate?
That wasn't
Like,
you?
No, my parents were
That's
like,
still not
actually,
me.
we have to chase you down to ask you to take one last bite. Because I actually had incidents growing up that like I ate so much, I'm like jumping directly from dinner table to hospital. They have to send me to ER because I ate too much.
How is that even possible? Like, what? Like, how'd you not die then?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like I ate so much.
Well, why were they serving you that much though? Or were you sneaking it?
No. It's just like I guess like in China when you eat, it's all sharing.
Oh,
right?
like family style. Yeah.
Family
so
style.
you just
so
kept
I
taking,
just keep
taking.
keep taking and keep eating. Like it's actually really bad.
So what did they do when you were in the hospital? What, do they pump your stomach? Or like they would just watch you to make sure you were okay?
Yeah, I think they're gonna give me like they usually give some injection to help me relax. Like usually it's like eating so much that my stomach cramped.
What? This is insane.
Actually, yeah, maybe there's like some eating disorder problem going in.
No, I relate to you though, because one time, this is gross. I'm gonna tell you a gross story right now. It's like
Okay.
absolutely it's disgusting. But
Ew.
one time I ate
I
so
already
much,
ew.
it's bad. One time I ate so much at an all-you-can-eat. It was in Orlando, Florida. It was
Oh
a
my
Disney
God,
restaurant.
yeah.
It was actually fantastic food, amazing food, Hawaiian style. I ate so much that I'm not joking. I shit out an entire, like, undigested shrimp.
Ew.
This is when I was like 11.
Oh my God.
I think I was 11. I pooped out a literal, and it was still orange. I like felt it come out of my ass.
Oh my God.
I got sick. Like,
At this
I had
point,
a
you are not
fever.
even human. You were a tube.
No, yeah, it was bad. It was bad. No, like I got a fever. I like had to go take medicine. Like it was
Yeah,
bad. Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
overate. Like it was
Yeah.
bad.
Overweight is a problem. Yeah.
That was
that's
sheer gluttony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's my relationship to food. I love it.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
eating. I love tasting. I love different flavor. You know, and my parents were like always felt absurd that I have such like passion for food because I just love good food. Obviously, I don't like shit food.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
no,
love
yeah.
good food and like I love trying different things. And eventually, like my parents, when I growing up, they were really busy. Like so, I have to like buy dinner myself.
Okay.
And you know, when you're little, they don't allow you to be in the kitchen. There are knives and fire.
Okay.
And so they would give me money to buy food. And then at that time, there was only like one like restaurant really around us is like McDonald's.
In China, you're saying?
Yeah. My
There-
neighborhood at that time, it was like there's not many restaurants.
So there was just a McDonald's.
Yeah, that's like I can afford.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
like you know, easy meals that I can afford, and it's like the cheapest, and you know, and they give me $20 for dinner, and then the cheapest set meal in McDonald's in China at that time is $15.
That's expensive. Here it's cheaper.
No, not US dollar, like
Oh,
RMB,
okay,
RMB.
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's equal to probably like $3-4.
Okay.
And yeah, and like I want to save money, so I
what did you
take
eat?
the $20, and the cheapest set meal in McDonald's is chicken sandwich.
Okay.
In McDonald's, it serves
The
chicken
McChicken.
sandwich. Yeah,
The McChicken. yeah.
McChicken. No. They actually have like fried chicken sandwich.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like very similar, like to
So not
Kentucky
like a
and
okay.
Yeah, like Kentucky and Popeye style.
Okay.
And I want to save money, so like I always order the cheapest one.
Okay.
So for a whole week straight, I ate 7 dinner of fried.
It was every night was just a fried chicken sandwich from McDonald's.
Fried chicken sandwich.
That is crazy.
And that's on the 7th day. I'm like, I can't live like this. Saving all these dollars for what?
Yeah. So then, what'd you start doing?
I started cooking. Went into the kitchen. I was like, I really want to eat food.
That's a really heartwarming story about like the way you started to like find your passion for cooking. It was out of necessity.
Yeah,
but it's cool
really
that
out
you
of
as a younger
necessity.
person was like, I want to eat this garbage ass McDonald's every day.
For
Like
real,
every
for real.
day.
I
that
have
would be
high
shit.
standards. Yeah.
No, no. It's true because like every day, like the first 3 days was probably tolerable. Like all right, I can do
It's
it.
fun. The first meal was like really
Yeah.
good, and like on the 7th day is really just like.
What the fuck is going on here?
I honestly haven't eaten a chicken sandwich since then. No.
Because you hate. Do you think it's now you have like
Yeah.
you just can't look at it the same because you had it so often?
Yeah, like the fried chicken coleslaw between two bread,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
bun is like too much.
So Nashville hot chicken sandwich is definitely not something that is like on you don't order
I'll just
that
have
ever.
the chicken. I won't have the
Like the sandwich.
The sandwich.
Yeah.
No.
That's crazy. I love a good fried chicken sandwich, but I didn't eat them every day.
Yeah, it killed it for me.
Yeah, that would kill it. That would kill it for me too. But that's sick that that's how you started cooking. Like that's how
Yeah.
your origin started.
Yeah.
All right, let's eat a square and then I want you to tell me how the fuck you ended up cooking for Marlon Wayans and
Oh
Tiffany
yeah, so many
Because that's wild.
things behind it.
And then okay. Wait, where's this one from?
This one is also from Ghana,
Okay.
but this is like it's very different packaging.
That's a big ass square. Yeah,
Yeah.
can I just get like the little corner?
Yeah. I don't think this one is single origin. Let me read. Sorry, burped.
I actually was about to burp too. All right,
Cheers. This is also beans from Ghana.
Is this one higher?
This is 80%.
Yeah, I was about to say
Oh, 71%. A little.
a little higher. Because what do we just have? 68.
Yeah. But you can find all of Ghanaians' beans and their roastery. I think like they all taste like that. They make the chocolate very crispy.
Yeah,
Don't make it creamy.
the texture is
Yeah.
interesting. That was pretty good. I would say out of
One
these
more?
two, I like this one. No,
No,
I
this
didn't have
one. This one.
This one's my favorite
Let me see.
so far.
This one's 45%. I haven't opened it.
Oh, that's not dark chocolate.
Yeah, it's milk chocolate.
Peru dark milk. This is my favorite one so far.
Yeah,
The Peruvians are winning this competition
they're really good.
so far.
Fruition's like roastery is really good.
Do you want to taste test this whiskey?
Yes. I think actually it would taste very good with chocolate.
I do too, because the sweet. Here, you got to crack open the
Okay.
bottle for
Is what it is.
Akashi.
Actually, I mean, like, I've never really mastered the art of drinking or liquor.
What do you mean?
Like, I really don't have much to say about liquor.
Do you?
I don't know
hate
much.
the taste of it?
No, I like it. Like, that's the thing. I could never be vegan or like, sober ever.
Yeah.
It's just like
there's too many things to experience.
Yeah, I love tasting. Oops.
Oh, it doesn't pour well. Damn.
Yeah.
The bottle's shit for pouring.
Okay.
I think we should do it over the table, right?
Yeah. Let's push.
I'll move it so you don't
push.
get the couch wet. There we go.
Okay. Is it okay if I just taste this
yeah,
much?
yeah.
Okay. I already smell it.
Can I taste some of this?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. I haven't had liquor for a while. Like, what's this? Like, okay, so you brought this bottle.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you know a little bit about whiskey.
A little bit about whiskey, just a little bit. So a lot of whiskey buffs. I have a friend named Miguel. He shout out Miguel. He's a big whiskey buff, guy. Mm-hmm. And he sent me a couple of videos once, and I was looking at them. And whiskey's interesting because it's one of those alcohols. Like a lot of people, true connoisseurs of this stuff, they like sipping it neat. You know how like at the bar you usually just get it with like a bunch of ice and they just pour the whiskey straight over ice
Yeah.
on the rocks. Mm-hmm. So you're not supposed to do that because so there's oils in whiskey, right? Mm-hmm. Or enzymes in whiskey that are activated by water. So that bitter, like right now you're about to taste it just the whiskey. It to activate those enzymes, you want to take like a little bit of like an eyedropper and put literal drops of water at a time till you find the balance point where you prefer. For your flavor profile.
Okay.
So that's why like real whiskey people, like they'll have a little tiny thing of water, they'll taste it, and that's still a little bit too like vapory, like alcohol-y. Put a little bit of water in there to dilute it or activate those enzymes, whatever. And then it's supposed to taste a little easier on the palate, and then you customize your experience like that.
Wow.
But that's just like what the whiskey nerds say. I don't know any, you know.
Yeah, I'm like, cheers. I was about to ask like how to judge a good whiskey from bad one. It's really nice, really smooth.
It's so this is a good whiskey. Whiskey is still obviously whiskey, but I had a whiskey recently. A bad whiskey, when you take it, will just be it'll burn your fucking nose. It'll just be like rubbing out, like a Vicks vapor rub. Like no one wants that shit. Like that's horrible. So this whiskey's good because it's not like that. It's you get a little bit of that vapory, but it's smooth and there's like a oaky finish to it.
Oh yes. Oh.
So I like that. You can really taste like the wooden barrels that it's aged in. So that's a good whiskey.
Wow, that's really nice.
And I think that
it could be like an afternoon of whiskey and chocolate.
It's whiskey's strong as shit too, by the way. So just be wary of that. Like if you have one glass of whiskey, that'll probably you said you had 2 glasses of wine before, and that had you like tipsy.
Oh yeah, no, because I've been staying dry for a while. Yeah.
Did I just break that?
No, it's okay. It's not like a rule or something. It's just like I think I tried enough like liquor and wine, and like to the point I'm like it doesn't interest me that much anymore. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Like, you know, I know what like a Riesling should taste like, what a good cab tastes like, or like you know.
You've had a Riesling?
Oh yeah, I love Riesling.
Yeah, that's a good wine. My dad's into wines. I don't know much about wines at all, but I've heard that Riesling's supposed to be a very good wine.
Yeah. It's how do I say it? I like them because, well, first of all, I don't like white wine that much. Okay. Like I don't like Chardonnay or Cabernet.
The really sweet ones?
Not sweet, like
dry, or the dry white wines?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a wine or liquor expert at all. Like for food, I can say something about it, but don't quote me on this. I feel like white wine are kind of cat piss. Like
cat piss.
Like I feel like any good white wine, like any white wine tastes cat piss to me.
I don't think that's a hot take. I think there are definitely people out there that agree with you. I don't know how I feel about white wine. I don't really drink wine that much.
Yeah.
Because it also gets me like a little bit like head drunk. It's weird. Like the drunk is different. I don't like it as much because it makes me like hazy and like sleepy. And
some people are like, yeah. So that's why I like cava or like champagne, but they're all too bubbly. Okay. So Riesling is a really good one. That's like not as like heavy. Okay. Like it's in terms of like body wise, it's not like full body as like red wine, like not as like, you know, heavy. I don't know how to describe it.
You know, the flavor, it's not as dense.
It's light. It's light, and then it's not as bubbly as like all the sparkling wine. So
that's a good way to put it. Yeah. I've never had it, but I want to try it one day. I heard good stuff.
Yeah, I love Riesling.
So how did you end up coming here, right? And then how did you end up having the opportunity to cook for those people in LA? I didn't know you moved to California for a period, by the way.
Okay, yeah. So long story. Those are long story. You want long story or short story?
We're 36 minutes in already.
Oh, geez.
Holy shit. I would say keep it brief because there's so many other questions I want to ask you.
Okay. Yeah, so how I came here, obviously, you know, initially for high school, I really want to go into culinary school. Okay. And Chinese parents just can't take it.
So they were like, no, you can't do culinary school?
No. We fight so much. We fought so many times. So, you know, but other things that do interest me is international relations and, you know, culture. because like one of the reasons why I love food because it holds value of culture.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, then I'll go to school for that. And you know, like I grew up in international schools, so just like English is the main communication language. So it's really easy for me. Like, you know, I took the SAT like as international students should do, and then, you know, ended up at Fordham because it's a Jesuit school and my parents are Christian.
They are?
They're
Okay.
Christian in China. But I don't think they know what Jesuit is.
I didn't even know that Fordham was a Jesuit school, to be honest with you. I literally just applied because I was like, like the campus location of Lincoln Center.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah. No, all they heard is like, oh, they believe in God too. And I was like, and I came to like the Jesuit school and like they're like such a niche branch of Catholic. It's
Catholicism,
okay.
yeah.
Catholicism. But yeah, it's basically like that. But yeah, I love Lincoln Center campus. I'm so glad I ended up in New York because I'm a very creative person and I really enjoy the big city.
You're one of the epicenters of the world for food too, I would say.
Yeah,
There's
sure.
so many different places to go eat here, and it's, yeah.
For sure. And then I moved to California during the pandemic.
Okay.
So we graduated May 2020.
And the pandemic was already fucking flying.
Shit was going down. New York City was so quiet, you know, and, you know, we had a shitty graduation.
Yeah. You could say that 5 times over.
Yeah, it's so sad. And my apartment was having some rodent problem. You know, remember like MTA, like the metro stopped running?
Yeah.
So the rats start moving up.
Yeah.
And it scared the hell out of me. Like,
how many rats would you find in your place?
oh my God. Okay. My roommate at that time, well, like still my good friend, she vegetarian and like she's like humanitarian as well.
Yeah.
She don't want to kill a mice.
But when she saw them, she was like, get these things the fuck away from me.
So we bought those like humanitarian trap from mice.
Yeah.
So it trapped them but doesn't kill them.
Yeah, this is
It requires you to release them.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
So 1 week we trap like mice every night. Like wake up to a new mice in the trap. And then
and where would you put it? Where are you putting it? It's New York City. It's gonna come back. Like you gotta release it outside. It's gonna find find its way back.
So we Googled that you need to be over 2 miles.
Bro, that's
Like-
a fucking hike. For a mouse? For a fucking mouse.
Yeah,
Are you
so
kidding me?
for that whole week, every day we wake up and like we'll just wear our mask. It's our like daily like routine to go to
And
the
bring a mouse.
yeah, into the Riverside Park
Yeah.
and then release it. Make sure it's 2 miles away from us.
No.
And release it in the park.
That's OD. That's like, oh, at least you got your steps in. Would you walk to the 2 miles or would you?
Yeah, we walked it 2 miles.
Every fucking day you're walking 2 miles.
Yeah, to release
2
that 1
miles
mile.
and back.
Nice.
So 4 miles
Yeah,
every
yeah.
single day you're walking. Nope.
release
Couldn't
that
catch me
one
doing
mice.
it. See, I I don't like harming animals either, but if there's a mouse in my thing and I had to walk 2 miles, next time just get the fucking sticky traps.
Oh my God.
Or the was it a
there's-
rat or was it a mouse?
mouse. So we got like
You feel worse killing a mouse than you do
Yeah,
feel
they're
killing a rat.
teeny.
Yeah.
They're
It's because
like-
they're cute and small. But if there was a
Yeah.
rat, fuck that. Master Splinter's going to sleep. If
oh
it's a
yeah,
rat,
no, for real. Yeah, no, they're a big problem. So that's when I was like, I hate to be in this rodent infested place.
yeah, you have to leave
Where's
after
the
that.
furthest, you know? And I first went to Alaska for a bit. I was like, where it doesn't have mouse? And like, where's
Yeah,
the
no
furthest
mice,
you
but
can
there's
go?
bears, giant grizzly monsters in the fucking
Oh,
forest.
yeah.
Wait,
No,
how
they're
long
really
did you live
cute.
in Alaska for?
A month and a half.
Okay,
month,
and then
yeah.
how was it? Like what seasons or what
Oh,
season?
summer.
I heard.
So
I
it's
hear
really
summer
nice.
in Alaska is beautiful. I want to go.
Yeah, so like long story short, I was there for like one of those couch serving, but you work at a farm situation. So I was working at like a plant nursery for a whole month for this like Trump supporting lady. Like it was really fun. It's like
How did you even? How do you find that opportunity?
oh,
online?
it's like online.
How?
It's
Like,
called
what do you
Wolf.
Google?
It's called Wolf. WWOOF. Worldwide Opportunity for volunteers at organic farms.
So are you? But did you get? You didn't get paid, did you?
No. Yeah, but like
But they let you live there.
yeah, they let me live there, like eat there, and like stay.
That's kind of a cool. it's not hippie, but it sounds kind of hippie. Like it sounds like a very unique experience.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
It
I have
is-
cats, so I can never do that. But like, I would love to do that at some point.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, you
would've
can
loved to
do
do
it
it.
in Hawaii. There's some really nice opportunity
And
in
the
Hawaii.
free living in Hawaii, well, it depends. Is it
it's
burned
like,
down now?
Yeah, no,
Because of the fires?
No, but I heard like
stop it.
because the thing for what I did in Alaska, it was like I have to work 6 days a week, so like it's like labor intensive work.
And it's because it's also physical, like manual labor.
Yeah,
right?
but it was really nice housing. Like the lady there, she used to be a chef too, so you know.
Does she cook for you?
I cook, but she also cook. Like she has some great like kitchen going on, but sorry for going the long route.
No. This is a great
I
conversation.
learned
I'm just gonna
a
grab my
lot.
beer.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. No, I learned a lot about because I was working at the plant nursery, so I learned a lot about growing vegetables
Okay.
and like taking care of plants. So before that, I didn't know much. And the town is really remote, so it only have like 200 people.
Did you have any 200 fucking people?
Yeah, only like it's crazy. Yo,
So it's a
like
booger.
everyone
So you were
know
living in
their
a
mother.
booger. If you were in a booger of a town, do you have pictures?
Oh yeah, it's really nice.
I'm gonna need you to send me those pictures so I could put them up here.
Yeah, I send you some pictures, but the thing about it, I love it. I love the nature of it. I did a lot of hiking, met some local people. Obviously, there's a lot of local drama because you know it's like smaller
200
than
every-
Fordham.
yeah.
It's smaller than Fordham.
Everyone knows everyone, so
Yeah.
like obviously everyone's gonna have beef with somebody in the town.
Yeah.
How did you have any scary animal encounters while you were up there?
No. Like actually, like I have really great memory in the nature. Like you see bears, obviously, but like, you know, you see black bear all around. But like when you go on a hike, you just make sound. Like you never do like hiking alone. Just like go with like big friends you have and like talk throughout the whole hike, and then like it's
And they just won't come up and maul you.
yeah, because they try to stay away from strangers as well. But my favorite memory is like to like you know encounter fresh bear poop. Like
Why bear poop?
like the bears there, they have the best diet. They eat berries, wild berries. They're like so sweet. If you ever try it, you're like any of the Costco or like supermarkets bought berries are trash. If you ever try wild berries in Alaska.
They're fire.
They
And that's
eat,
all the bears eat?
yes. So their poop is basically just like pile of seeds of like
That's
berry seeds.
Kind of cool, but gross at the same time.
I love them. I was like, oh.
Did it
this
smell
bear-
bad like shit, or was it like not
No.
really that bad smelling
They're
because it's just
basically
fruit? Yeah.
pescatarian.
Yeah.
Like they eat fish and berries.
Yeah, so it's a clean diet for sure.
Very clean diet.
High fiber. Fruit has a lot of fiber,
Yes.
soluble fiber. So
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know.
they're like really good diet. So it's like it's my thing. I see their poop and I'm like, oh, this bear is
bear
eating
shit.
good.
Yeah, yo, Yogi's eating like real good out here.
Yo, for real.
Yogi's eating fire. So you lived in Alaska, then you go. So
And
you
then
go
I
from
came down.
China to New York,
Yeah.
New York to Alaska,
Yeah.
Alaska to California.
Yeah, to Los Angeles.
And when you were there, was your job cooking related, like chef related, and that's how you got to cook for those people?
So luckily, I was able to get into my job that I was interning. Like I continue for work for the same company.
Wolf.
No. Work. So I wolfed a little bit while I'm sorting out my visa situation. Because
Okay.
at that time, I finished my school. I need a job. So like that was in between. And then I got lucky and got hired by the same company that I interned during senior years in New York. And they're fine with me working anywhere I want.
Okay.
So I was working remotely for my job here in New York,
In California.
in California.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's a blessing in a way.
So you'd work from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m.?
Yeah, I work from like 7 a.m. to like 3 p.m.
And then when would you, so that's your 9 to 5. That's separate from
Yeah.
your career in
Yeah.
cuisine and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
cooking.
Yeah.
And then how did you land the opportunity to cook for those people? Was it
So-
like a side thing?
Yeah, so like I was like looking, cause like in New York during college, I did a lot of like dinner parties at my apartment in my dorm, right? And then in LA, I don't have any friends, so I start like going out partying. You know, I was like trying to find friends, trying to meet different people, and I don't have a space to host dinner party anymore. So I was like, oh, maybe like, you know, my cooking is gonna be on a pause. But then I met this chef at a private like party. He was the chef at that party.
Okay.
And his name is Kevin Hill. He has his own company, Bite LA and all that. But at that time, he was just starting. I was at this mansion party. It's just all looking nice, and I was so surprised there's a chef cooking there. And he had swag. He was wearing black chef suits with like pearl necklace, pearl, bracelet, and like
While he was cooking?
while he was frying up chicken.
So he swagged up.
Yeah, I was like, I've never seen chef working like that. You know, like from my experience, it's all back of the kitchen, like no makeup, no nails, no jewelry.
Yeah, you're just in the zone. You're just cooking. Yeah.
And he's out there like
Dolled up.
with his like pearl necklace and really cute outfit, frying up the most delicious like chicken wings I've ever had.
Okay. So
Fresh.
he's cooking, and then you befriended him.
Yeah.
And then he was the one who gave you the opportunity. That's how you guys ended up.
So that's when I reach out to him, and he's like, we can talk. And then he's like, yeah, I'm actually looking for another person on the team. Like, and, and we, before cooking for celebrity client, like Marlon, we did some dinner party together.
Okay.
We rented out Airbnb and like sold tickets. It was like 150 per person.
Okay.
Like we cooked like a huge extravaganza, like Spanish Chinese fusion.
That's crazy.
And that's when the story come in that I stopped smoking because I ate too many edibles before. So yeah, like it was like a huge dinner party, and I was like, oh, I need to relax. I'm so anxious. Like it's my first time cooking for that many people for that expensive event.
So you took an edible before fucking cooking for how many people?
It was 25 guests.
25 people. You took
with Kevin.
Way too many. Way too much.
So like
way too high of a dosage.
Yeah, I usually just take one and I go to sleep, so I never felt them. So I was like, maybe those are fake edibles.
No, but that's nightmare fuel. That is such a high pressure situation for you to be having to perform, like function like at a high level.
It was so bad.
25 people, and y'all charged them 150 beans per, so they're expecting some fire shit.
There was open bar. We arranged open bar.
You didn't drink, did you?
No.
Okay, because crossed?
Because, like, I literally took that in the morning and thought that was going to relax me. And, like, I took the rest of the 4, gummies I had. And, like, initially for the first few hours, it didn't hit me. So I was like, oh, just normally chopping away. I was making dumplings that night. So it was, like, 3 people, 3 dumpling per guest. I was like, I need to make at least 100 dumplings. Like, folding dumplings.
But okay. So you made that the night before?
No. The day in the morning. The fresh dumplings. And my helper, my friend at that time is my helper. He came to help. And when I was just chopping the ingredients, it's like, like those gong, those like big instruments. Yeah. Like it feels like that. It's a quang.
In your ear?
And it's like, like in my head.
Oh, like vibrations, like
suddenly
like
goes
all over,
right in.
So it hit you like a fucking wave all at once while you were prepping the ingredients for this dinner party.
I literally couldn't move. I like for like a solid 4 hour. I was just on the sofa. Like my friend ended up like, and he was like, Sarah, what do I need to do? I don't know the recipe. Write it down for me. Like,
and you couldn't even do that.
I couldn't even do that.
That is fucking crazy.
Like I was just trying so hard.
Wait, so how did you still end up cooking if you couldn't move, if you were nonverbal and you couldn't move for 4 hours?
So we prepped a lot, and I'm really thankful for my friend Wes. He made 100 dumplings
by himself. And you were on the couch, just like
I was
gone?
knocked out. I was gone. He figured out because I initially taught him how to make those dumplings, and he's just like, stick with me, and like he just like made all 100 dumpling. And by the time we got to the dinner party, like Kevin was so mad. He was like, Sarah, you cannot do this to me. You cannot get this high on our first dinner party. Like, the guests are coming. We got hosts. We have bartender. We got DJ.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you got mad.
He was so mad.
That's why you never do it again.
Mad.
You'd
Yeah,
never
that's
do it
why.
again.
That's
Yeah.
why I was like, maybe I shouldn't do. Like, I haven't smoked since then.
Yeah, that's a horror story. But the thing is, I don't know if it's
dinner turned out well though. Just so you know, dinner
yeah.
turned out well, and like we got a photographer, like a videographer, did the whole like.
So were you good to cook afterwards?
Yeah.
So you sobered up afterwards.
I sobered up right before we serving the food.
Yeah, because just initially, it was just in that morning that you were fucked up. But you took a little power nap and then you're back in it. Then you're all good. No harm, no foul. All right, bet.
Yeah. I look normal in the video, but
so that was your first dinner party.
Yeah.
And then after that, he gets another job to cook for celebrities.
Yes, so Kevin, he was like, he almost unfriended me, but you know, I'm really good at cooking. I'm good at my shit, even though I'm high as shit. I freaking
so
delivered.
You're like, let the food do the talking.
Yeah,
I don't need to. If it's alright, if I'm fucked up.
Yeah. So so Kevin got some clients. He was initially cooking for Marlon and his girlfriend at that time.
Okay.
And then like they really liked his food. They're like, hey, I want you to cater my birthday party, like, you know, my anniversary party as well.
So you cooked for him multiple times,
yes,
Marlon.
Yes. So
would he know you on a first name basis if he were to see you right now?
Yeah, actually.
That's crazy.
Like I one of the thing. Well, I don't know if Kevin's shitting me. But apparently, like, he continues cooking for Kevin, Marlon Wayne right now. And then he said, yeah, like, Marlon misses you. He said, where's Sarah?
That's so cool. That's crazy. And then how did you end up, Tiffany Haddish was a guest at Marlon's birthday party?
Yeah, she was. So
that's crazy.
It was just really good. Like, you know, the whole Wayne brothers was there.
That's wild.
Like, it's family
Those
parties.
are comedy. I would say those are definitely comedy legends for sure. Tiffany Haddish too. So that's like amazing. When I saw that, when you posted about that, I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Totally fangirled. Like, totally fangirled.
Yeah, 100%. White Chicks is a cult classic. It's not even a cult classic. It's just a classic movie. I feel like everybody knows White Chicks.
Yeah, for real. Because the thing is, okay, Marlon Wayne is not that famous in China. Because, like, you know, his comedy is very American based.
Yeah, I would say that's fair.
But for some reason, I did watch White Chick when I was little. And, like, I couldn't understand it when I was watching it when I was little.
The humor?
You know, like, from China. You know, like, I'm a kid growing up in China.
Yeah.
And why would it be funny for two black dudes dress up as white lady?
Yeah.
And, like, you know, so when I was little, I couldn't understand it. But it's such a strange movie. And, like, forever in my head.
Did you rewatch it since then?
Yes, and then afterwards, you know, like I really like comedy. Like I did some stand up comedy. Like I really like.
I saw that too. I was gonna talk to you about that. I was like, yo, what the fuck she's doing? That's on my bucket list to do, but I don't know if I could ever work up the gumption to do that.
You can do it as long as you're drunk enough.
Yeah, that's true.
But so yeah, no, I really appreciate that. So like, I totally fangirl first time I met Marlon. I was like, it's such an honor, sir. I mean, like, he's at his family party. You know, he's all like casualed up. And meanwhile, I'm like, I don't want to appear too fangirl, but I'm like, just so you know, I grew up in China, but I watched White Chick and I loved it. It was like, it didn't make sense to me, but I loved it. And he was like, oh, word. Like, I was like, okay. Yes.
He brought, you know, he's that's cool. That's cool of him though. He just, you know, that's
he probably couldn't, like, he is such a big star in America.
He probably gets that all the time.
Yeah.
Or not like that specific story,
Yeah.
but like a lot of people, you know, like say hi and like are fans of his. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's so fucking cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it was great. Like, I really loved his kitchen. Like, you know,
well, he probably got that. He got that White Chicks money, so he could. His house is definitely a nice house. I have a feeling.
Like, great kitchen, like that barely got used. I think, like, we make sure like always clean up. Yeah, I really enjoy cooking at his place.
Yeah, I could imagine that he probably had like the island and like the really nice fucking ventilated fan and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, so
it's always
nice.
It's nice cooking in a kitchen where you have a lot of space to do a bunch of stuff. Because I hate
I've only cooked a couple times. Like I told you, I'm a shit cook, but I only cooked a couple times when me and my girlfriend initially moved in together. And now she does the cooking. I do the cleaning for the dishes.
You can make pasta for her now.
I don't know if I'm. All I remember is 2.25 flour, and I don't remember that.
I'll send you the recipe.
Yeah, well, I don't
send
know
you
if
the
I
recipe.
honestly don't know if I could do that. I didn't do anything today.
No,
I
you
literally
did
just
everything.
needed the dough. If you were not there, that dish would have came out like ass. I would have burnt the fucking sauce. I would have put too much. Like, I was struggling. You're being a gracious teacher and forgiving, but dude, I was
Be
struggling.
confident in yourself. You learn how to do it. You did all the eggs. You did the egg yolk.
I would say
you
that's
did
a
the
practice
flour.
run. I'm not prepared to step into the chef's table yet. That's
Yeah.
It's a scary thing. Cooking intimidates me for sure.
Really?
Yeah, because it's just like so much time that you're putting in. Like I've tried to make like whatever. I tried to make fettuccine Alfredo when I was a kid, and I kind of traumatized with like cooking. I think from that experience. So listen how stupid I was. I read the recipe online, and then middle of cooking, I thought like, oh, the recipe's not right. Like, what idiot thinks that the recipe's not right? I'm like, the recipe's not right because the sauce isn't thick, and it called for a 1/4 cup of flour to mix in the sauce, and I'm like, it's not thick enough because I didn't realize it gets thicker as you cook it. So I started adding more and more flour to the sauce, and it came out like a literal brick.
Oh.
Like the pasta got stuck, and it was like a glue.
Ooh.
It was. I mean, I was like 14, but that's just embarrassing. So that's why I can't cook anymore.
I don't want to. You were not an idiot, though, for thinking the recipe is not right, because actually there are shitty recipes out there.
Yeah, I mean, I get like if you have a talent for food, like you're a chef, so as you're cooking, you're like, what will go good with this? Like good cooks, good chefs. That's the thing that distinguishes them. You can adjust on the fly according to like what you have in your pantry, and then you're just like you're feeling a moment of inspiration, and you alter the recipe. But I didn't alter the recipe. I just was an idiot, and I was like, this doesn't look thick enough. So I just went I added like 2 cups of flour.
Yeah.
And it just completely
Yeah,
fucked up everything.
insane.
Like I just messed. Imagine
You
it's
might
like
created a new dish.
shit. Yeah, it's called shit. It was garbage. Are we trying another?
Yeah, let's try another
This one?
Yeah, it's 80%.
Oh my god, I'm excited to try. Can we try the 92% chocolate
Yeah, let's
eventually?
do 92%
Oh, right now.
now.
Oh my god.
Why not?
So okay, I'm glad you told that story. I want you to now rank for this as we take this this bite of chocolate. I
Okay.
want you to rank your cuisines by country. By country. Give me your top 5. Depending on how fast you answer, give me your top 3.
This is gonna get a lot of hate.
This is gonna get a lot of hate for sure. But it's not. You're not gonna get more hate than me. I guarantee you. I have a really hot take about certain cuisines.
Huh. Okay.
Or one particular cuisine.
Okay, this
This
is
is
92%. It was dark.
Yeah, this is fucking. Holy shit. Yo.
The texture doesn't help, not gonna lie.
It's like, yeah. Oh, it's dry. It's dry.
It sucked all the liquid in your mouth.
It's not bitter though. Like it's not overwhelmingly bitter, even though it's very high
Yeah,
cacao percentage.
not bad.
It's not bad for a 92. I thought it was gonna be worse. That was 92%. I mean, it's definitely It's not as sweet. All right, it's
Yeah,
not as
yeah.
sweet, obviously, but it's not as like rich as I thought it was going to be.
Oh yeah, like 100%. Like I think it really reflects in how they suck your mouth dry.
Yeah.
Like,
That shit
like-
just completely takes out. It's moisture wicking. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
shit that Nike t-shirts are made out of in your mouth.
Moisture weight.
It's fucking crazy. That's that Under Armour chocolate right there.
Oh yeah, absorbed
Yeah.
everything.
But it was good.
Like okay, so by country.
Yeah, so go your number 1 and then I'll go my number 1.
Okay, well, it's such a cliche, but also probably because I grew up in China. I think Chinese food is
Okay.
definitely number 1, because like I'm talking about Chinese. I'm not talking about Chinese American, like chop suey or
yeah.
like orange chicken. You know, I'm talking about Chinese food that like dim sum, hot pot, noodles, hampo noodles,
Yep.
fried rice. You know, like all type of like, because China is so big. and
There's
like
different cuisines
so
in China, yeah.
diversified. Like I think it's hard to find any country like that so diversified in its cuisine and ingredients and cooking style.
Like you have
Anywhere-
Szechuan style, then you
Yeah.
have Kanto style. Like it's very varied.
yeah, like we have. Sorry,
No, you're good.
we have 8 big category in China. Like 8 big category.
Like
of-
districts or categories
like
of food? Oh.
food like food style.
Can
like
you name them right
flavor.
now?
I think I cannot. I can
Szechuan
Google
has
it
yeah,
now.
can you Google it?
Yeah,
Szechuan
yeah.
has to be one of them, right? I would imagine.
yeah.
Szechuan is probably one of them. Spicy. I don't know if I like the numbing spice of Szechuan food. I enjoy Szechuan food, but
Yeah.
if it's too much, what is it?
So we have Sichuan food. We have Hunan food, which is like, Hunan bistro. Have you seen those?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
pure spicy. They're not numbing.
Yeah.
They're spicy. They work with pepper. And then, Cantonese style, which is dim sum. And there's the Hokkien style, which is like wonton,
Okay.
noodle with peanut sauce.
Okay. Okay.
That's like,
Yeah.
meat. And then there's su cai, which is like, I would say Eastern, East coast of China.
Okay.
So like Shanghainese
Okay.
or like noodles, work with
Whoa.
the seafood.
All right.
And then there's 2 other, like Su and Zhe, which is 2 different like province. Oh yeah, the letter 4 is like not very common to non-Chinese people.
Okay.
They also have Anhui style, which I think it's spicy but mild. They do like stew. And then there's Lu Cai, which is like traditional palace cooking, like royalty cooking.
What the
like
fuck? Royalty?
broth, like Peking
duck?
duck, roastery.
mm.
Yeah. Don't quote me on that, but there's like actually systematically we have like a major category of like flavors.
Chinese style. Okay.
Cuisine,
Gotcha.
Chinese cuisine.
Gotcha.
And under that there's like hundreds of like
Different dishes and varieties.
local dishes.
Wow.
Yeah. So obviously like I could never name one dish as my favorite. So I can never name one style of cooking as my favorite. So
But
I
if
would
you had
say-
to say, you'd say Chinese because of the diversity in there.
Yes.
That's a good answer. My
Okay.
number 1 is Korean.
Huh.
My number 1 is Korean. Yeah. Are you gonna say it's not? What
I
is
have
your?
a hot take.
Oh no! Oh no! This is about to go crazy.
Okay,
What is it?
give me your reason why you like it.
I love. Okay, so first of all, I think this is gonna get hate. I objectively think Asian food is the best food on the planet. Like, and Asian food is so there's so many, like thousands of different
Yeah.
flavor profiles and stuff throughout Asia, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I would say it's because it's such a diverse, like similar to your answer for why you chose Chinese.
Yeah, diversity.
Asian food in general is just very diverse. Mm-hmm. But of Asian food, I think just of the dishes I've had from all the different Asian like countries, I would say Korean just happened. I've never had like bad Korean food. Meaning like a dish. Like I've never had a dish that I'm like, ooh, I don't like that dish. That is from Korea. Like obviously there's like, I had a KBBQ place. I went to a KBBQ place the other day that was like mid. But it's
Yeah.
not the food that's bad. Meaning like the dish or the premise. It's just those people, the way they carried it out.
Yeah.
Just wasn't that good. So what's your hot take on Korean food?
Well, it's not really a hot take. Is it hot take? Okay.
Are you going to say it's overrated?
Oh, absolutely. I think Korean, like,
Oh no, this is crazy. This
okay,
is nuts.
how do I say it? Oh, how do I say it to not get canceled?
No, you're not
So,
going to get canceled. For thinking
Obviously,
that.
I love all type of food, and I enjoy good cooking of Korean food
Yeah.
too. But historically speaking and scientifically speaking, traditional Korean cooking actually don't have a diversity of cooking style.
Okay.
So how do I say it? So Korea is a country, but there's also an ethnic group of Korean people in China as well
Okay.
that are very connected with the Korean country. And as a matter of fact, Korean cooking, like in terms of Korean diaspora, they actually did not have stir frying until very later Traditional Korean cooking is kimchi, like cold dishes where they mix with sauces, stew. Because like if you see traditional Korean cooking, they don't have like wok. They don't have like
It's like bowls, the clay.
like
Pots.
their stove is actually under the leveling. So I'll show you pictures. So in that way, traditional Korean cooking, they don't have like stir frying. They do have stew, and they like make soup. They make a lot of different soup, stews, rice porridge, things like that.
Okay.
And then they go with like the banchan, like
Okay.
all type of like mixing and like frying. But other than that, you know, like I think they do also have steaming as well, but they don't have stir frying,
Okay.
which is like a big thing. And like K barbecue. Okay, now I feel like I'm gonna get hate. So what I'm trying to say is traditional Korean cooking wasn't really diversifying in
Like the methods of cooking.
the
you're saying,
methods of cooking
are not too diverse.
in a way that limit the diversity of the cuisine.
I feel you. So you're saying
Yeah.
most of the dishes are soup, stews, like broth related.
Yeah.
And that's something that that's why it's not as high on your list.
No, yeah, that's why. But it's not. I don't hate it. I love it. It's like it comforts me a lot to have like a daijang soup, which is like the Korean
Yeah,
like
the radish
miso soup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and I love K barbecue a lot. But you know, obviously there's a lot more like on fire roastery. They don't have roastery.
Yeah.
Dish.
Yeah. I
Right,
feel
right.
you.
Like they have fried dish, they have grilled dish. Like there's certain type of like cooking style that's not incorporated in traditional Korean cooking. And yeah, like my point is they're
So
not
does
as diversified.
Does it make it into your top 5?
Not really.
Holy shit, that's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, so Korean is 1 for me.
Yeah.
Japanese is 2. What's your number 2?
Italian.
No. Okay, so this is my hot take.
Okay.
Italian,
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Italian doesn't even crack my top 10. Italian does not crack my top 10.
I don't think you should cut
Are
this
you-
in your episode.
are you talking
I
about-
think you're gonna get.
I am going to get hate. I'm going to get hate, but that's okay. So Italian, okay. Do you mean Italian American or Italian from Italy? Because
I think
they're 2 different things. I mean, even if you
I'm-
ask Italians, I feel like they say it's different.
I would say Italian in general, like diaspora. Like I'm speaking of diaspora, right? Like I also talk about Korean diaspora food. Like, you know, I'm talking about Chinese diaspora.
What does diaspora mean?
Like meaning like Italian American, Italian Chinese.
So all
like
variations
all
of
variation
this
of
type
Italian
of, okay.
restaurant.
So
Food, yeah.
I can't. That makes it a little bit more complex. Then probably it is in my top 10. But the thing about Italian, I'm specifically talking about Italian American
Okay.
food. I think Italian American food is highly overrated. The reason why I think it's highly overrated, right, is there's a lot. It's like, don't get me wrong, I love it, but it's a lot of the same exact reason that you didn't like or Korean is not in your top 10 is my reason for Italian American food. It's a lot of pasta with a sauce.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that, and it's just different variations of that. Like then you could say like the form factor is something that I guess bothers me. Like a lot of it's just spaghetti and then like different types of sauces, and then it's like, oh no, but we have lasagna too. But like lasagna's pasta with sauce and cheese. It's the same thing. Just in a
I
different.
understand. So I think like it's historical reason, right? Like I don't want to go into too deep about it, about how right now you would think like Italian is overrated. It's like about food hierarchy thing.
Okay.
Like, cause like if a plate of pasta only costs $10, you probably wouldn't complain that much.
No.
As of right now, almost every plate of pasta outside is over $20.
Yeah.
Because like it's food hierarchy. Like people are willing to pay that much. They think it's worthy of expensive.
So that's why I don't. That's also why I don't like it. It
Yeah.
falls lower on the list for me because so my main gripe with it is just that I think it's overrated.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't make my top 10.
Yeah,
It
I mean-
annoys me how every. Okay. This is
historical. It's historical. Before that, Italian was not even considered white people. Remember?
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
now they're like, you know, now the like mainstream or white people accept them as part of white people. Now the white people food go up.
Yeah.
Like,
So
it's become
this is the thing.
popular.
This is the thing though about Italian food, right?
Yeah.
This is gonna get me hate. I feel like if I ask you what is your favorite food, and you say Italian is my favorite food, and I'm like, okay, hold on, Italian American, they're like Italian American is my favorite food. I think in my head, I'm like, okay, this person's a picky eater. That is. Look, this is gonna get me a lot of hate, but I think that is like the, because I feel like the if there's a
I
Venn
understand
diagram,
the reasoning behind it.
if there's a Venn diagram, I think the overlap of people who don't eat, like, I don't eat sushi because it's raw, is the exact same. The overlap of like how many of those people there are, and the amount of people that say Italian's their favorite food. The overlap is very high percentage there.
I understand. Yes, I'm gonna agree with you on that because
that's
like
why
Italian American food, are a lot of them are comfort food.
Yeah,
because a lot
it's
of
easy to like.
It's like,
who doesn't like meat, cheese, and sauce?
yeah,
Everyone likes it.
yeah. It's Southern Italian immigrants brought it in to New York. You know, like so
like
it
Sicilians
brought,
and
yeah. It brought like it's a lot of comfort food. Like people, they make food that makes them feel like comfort at home. So they, even though they have roasted pig, you know, other like extravagant like style, they ended up like popular. The popular ones are pomodoro, spaghetti with meatballs. Like those are comfort food, and people who loves like who are not adventurous eater.
That's the thing that bothers me about Italian food. Yeah. So
like,
you just literally scientifically broke down the reason why so it's true, the overlap would be huge then, because of the fact that I don't know. It's
agree.
just, listen,
I agree.
I know a lot of people whose favorite food are Italian food. Look, yours is number 2 is Italian food, but I could just like, all right, I could rattle off. 1 is Korean, 2 is Japanese, 3 is Peruvian.
Oh, okay.
4 is Chinese, 5 is Colombian.
We're not even making top 3 in
like
terms of the Are you talking about Chinese American food? Or
No.
Chinese
Chinese. Like
okay.
dim sum and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I love it, but I can't, because I already have 2 Asian countries as my 1 and 2, right?
Oh, what's up with this whole political correctness in this ranking?
No, it's not political correctness. It's just like if I had to choose cuisines of frequency, if I have 3 Asian cuisines as my number 1, 2, and 3, I'm never gonna have like Latin food. So that's why I have to feel like I have to put Peruvian food.
Okay. Yeah.
Even though they're very different. I'm not saying Korean, Japanese, and Chinese are the same,
why
but it's
not
like
Colombian?
Because
why Peruvian over Colombian?
That's a good question. So I also think, so I'm half Colombian, right? And I think that Colombian food is also a little bit limited in terms of like their means of cooking. And I think like, for example, similar dishes that the 2 countries make, like Colombian's number 5 for me.
Okay.
But I just don't think it beats out like a Peruvian steak. Like their lomo saltado is really good. Ceviche.
What are you talking about? Colombia has great steak.
And the potatoes. Not the same though. I don't like potatoes.
Oh,
I like potatoes. Like I like potatoes, but I think baked potatoes are just like, all right, it's pretty bland. Like
you just told me you don't like potato.
But baked
like there are 300 type of potatoes.
Yeah, but
in
they're
Colombia.
it's all starchy. Like
it's different texture. It's different flavor.
Okay, like do you like gnocchi?
Not a big fan.
We talked about this before. I don't like gnocchi because I don't like potatoes, and that.
Oh, you don't like potato? Oh, I'm just simply talking about texture.
Oh, texture of potatoes is you don't like the texture of gnocchi. I don't like the flavor of gnocchi either.
No, but that's a hot take. Like, okay, I love Colombian style ceviche.
Okay, so this is what I was. So you like the
Better
creamy?
I like the. I think the one that I call Colombian probably is more Caribbean. They put tomato.
Okay.
In the ceviche, which I love. Like I feel like leche tigre is a little bit too strong.
Can you okay, so leche tigre is it's like the tomato puree.
No. No, like it's just like they do some like tomato in the leche tigre. Okay. So like for Peruvian, it's only like citrus.
Yeah, that's what I like. That's why I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
the lime and the citrusy.
I like it too. I like something more mellowy.
Okay, so that's why you prefer. I prefer Peruvian style ceviche over Colombian style ceviche, which is why Peruvian cuisine is higher on my list.
Okay.
Than Colombian food.
It's reasonable. Everyone loves their own.
Yeah, this is hot takes. Italian food is apparently not that good.
Italian food. Italian food is good.
I've never had, so that's the thing that I struggle with. Can we just mutually agree that like the UK, or not the UK, because Scottish food is pretty fire, but like British food is it's
Okay,
over.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
good. It's not good.
Traditional British food for sure, but if
It's-
you're counting
it's
in
not
the
good.
Indian immigrants who brought
No,
all
no,
those,
no, no,
like,
no, no,
good
no.
food,
That don't
yeah,
count.
yeah,
That
yeah,
don't count.
yeah.
Like
Okay.
chicken tikka masala.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's they made that for the colonizers.
Yeah.
Like they literally made that for their colonizers because they couldn't handle the fucking flavor
Yeah,
intensities of
yeah.
like other shit.
Okay.
But we're not counting that as British food. I'm talking about strictly like the bangers and mash, like fucking sausage and mashed potatoes.
Okay.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's just not really too complex in terms of flavor.
Oh yeah.
It's a little bit simple.
It is definitely bland.
It's a lot of gravies and shit like that.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
meh, I don't know. It's for me. It's
What
like
was
not all
that?
that.
I was like, okay.
It's just not all that. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Why is Japanese food second?
I love sushi a lot.
That's it.
No,
Like
and I also
in
love
this
ramen
case,
a lot.
you don't consider diversity.
Yeah, no. I
food?
also love ramen a lot. I also love like their like, I love steak. They make really good steak. I love fish. Like I love fish. I like the way they cure their fish, like in certain dishes.
Yeah. See, that's why. Probably like it's really hard for me to answer like top three because I really look at food through the span of time. And
Yeah, you're
like,
more of a food. You're obviously
like
you're more of like
geometry because like when you talk about Korean food, I was like, oh, I look at Korean food as in span of time, like how traditional Korean food work and how it leads to current like modern, transition. So I was like looking at that for Japanese food as well because I was also looking at it as a span of time of how traditional Japanese food don't even like they don't eat dairy on like or
Yeah.
meat garnet until like very late in history like it's very recent thing of like ramen noodle
Yeah, I see the perspective
in
you're
the last
taking.
probably like 30-40 years.
Okay,
Not
I
even
see what you're
joking.
saying.
Like,
Yeah.
and like so I look at it as in like does it host the density of history, does it host the diversity? But I do understand that good food is good food and like maybe I shouldn't complicate it too much.
No. You should because that's how you're viewing food. Everyone has a different relationship
Yeah,
with food or
yeah,
different
yeah.
things that they appreciate, and you appreciate the history, the culture behind it, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's fast. I mean, that's why you're a chef. You're very passionate about that stuff. And so one is Chinese. What's two?
Two is
Oh, you said
Italian.
Italian, and then what's three?
Italian. Three is gonna.
I can't believe that's fucking two. I cannot believe that's two.
Honestly, three I cannot find.
Indian,
No, actually,
Thai,
I feel
Vietnamese. These are all in my list. Thai, Vietnamese,
I love them.
Japanese.
But
isn't up there for you?
it's like I look at things too complicated. I can't like. I love their food.
What about what do you think about American food?
It's very like if we're talking about American.
Yeah.
So like historically speaking, American food was European food. When the settlers came,
Yeah.
they brought England food and like French food. So like for a while in the 1800, 1900, it was French food, like majority of time.
Uh-huh.
And like contemporary American food is very industrialized food, right? Like Jello salad, hot dog, burger, sandwich.
You're talking okay. You
Jell-O
know,
salad.
this is such an interesting perspective that you bring into this. Like like you're breaking down like the history
Yeah.
behind how like this food came to be. Like American
Yeah.
food, what does that mean? How
Yeah.
did American food develop into what it is today?
Yeah.
And you're talking about like industrialized food. Like I've never heard that fucking term before, but it makes sense. Like
Yeah.
Jello, literally Jello salad.
When you said American food, I literally thought of packaged food.
Yeah.
I
So
think that's American food.
yeah, I mean you're not fucking wrong. You're not wrong.
Because like kids grow up with Hot Pocket, Jello,
so your first time so
PB and J,
when did you move to the US?
like
Like exact age.
freshman year,
High school
college.
or college? So
Yeah.
you were 18,
Yeah,
19.
17.
17.
Yeah.
So you get to the US for the first was that your first time in the US?
No. Like I came here for summer school before.
Summer school.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So what is your earliest memory of coming to the US? What did you first think of the food when you got here? Cuz that has to be a fucking culture shock coming from China and then coming all the way here literally around the world, and then you get here and it's packaged food. What did you think of it? Were you like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, that's a really interesting. I really appreciate you asking that question. So, actually, I would say I don't have any cultural shock really, because I went through international school all my
Okay.
life. Like, I understand the racial dynamic, I understand the history dynamic, but one thing do shock me is people's attitude towards food.
In what way?
So first of all, in the first level is that people don't treat food, they don't value food.
Here?
I feel like we have oh geez, it's 5:00.
Or no way.
Yeah.
We'll wrap it up after
yeah,
this.
we'll wrap it up. So on first level, people don't value food. As in terms of like in America, we have food fight. That is something unimaginable to a Asian country, like a third, like China being just out of poverty for few decades.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Fighting with food.
No one would waste food like that.
No one. Like literally every kids when we grew up, we taught to finish every grain in your bowl.
Yeah.
Because someone grow it.
Yeah.
And they put effort in it. So you shouldn't let it waste. So in a way, I mean, so the Americans' attitudes towards food as in terms of cheap, you can get $1 burger.
Yeah.
You can get $1 like milk. Like good food are so cheap, like nutritious food are so cheap, and like people neglect it and like throw it away like nothing.
You're saying it's unappreciated
food
here.
as in thing is like very underappreciated here.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
people don't even think about like the effort going into growing food.
It's because
and
there's no
the cost of
scarcity.
it. Yeah,
Everything's
no.
in abundance here, so everybody
Exactly.
takes it for granted.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, it's just food. Just, oh, it went bad, throw that shit out.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's definitely like one shock is in terms of like people don't value it.
mm-hmm.
And then second of all is like, I mean, recent years, people starting to realize whole food and like nutritious, but like they treat it so commonly of packaged food, like factory packaged food.
Yeah.
Like it's so much in the daily life. That's a second thing. Like
Yeah.
I could not, I feel like if moms sending out YouTube video of how they pack the lunch for their kids, like with like packaged cheese, packaged cracker, and PB&J with like white bread, like they wouldn't get praised in China. If they upload that video in like Chinese website, like they probably gonna be like, this is such an irresponsible mom.
Because it's all processed,
It's all processed food. Like it's no fresh food. But like here, like this is part of your life, growing up with Oreos, Hot Pockets, like processed cereal.
That is such an interesting perspective on wow.
Yeah.
That was a really good
eating
answer.
scrambled egg that doesn't come from fresh egg.
That's fucking gross. The
Right?
boxed shit.
Boxed
no.
egg, but people treat it as like common, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's normal.
It's
Yeah.
normal. It's your daily life. You grew up with it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you even crave it,
Yeah.
No.
Like,
So that's why like this two thing definitely shook me in terms of food culture in
and
America.
that's when I could see that. I could see that being shocking because you're just like, what is happening here? It's treated completely differently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit. That was a really good way to wrap up the episode. I'm so sorry for keeping you this long.
Oh no, it's okay. And I'm so sorry it took so long to cook the
No.
pasta.
It was a labor intensive, but like I said, very appreciated thing that you taught me how to cook
Yeah.
that, and it was delicious too. So all right. So the outro is when I say like just snap and point up when I say to cue the outro music. But that's it. That's it for this episode. It was a bit of a longer one actually today. A good like hour and 20 minutes plus the the cooking that we did, which is sick.
Cut it up.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me over, for cooking and teaching me, and then also for coming onto the podcast. If you like the episode, if you made it to the end, thank you for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that social media bullshit. Until next time, I'll catch y'all in the next ones. Ready? Cue the outro music. There you go. Anything else you want to say?
I really appreciate you coming and like eating the food and asking me questions,
Of course.
And I'm gonna get more bars and we're gonna do more.
No,
chocolate
yeah.
tasting.
We'll come back. This is your first episode, but definitely not your last one.
I'll take you to a good pasta. No, actually, I'll take you to a good Italian restaurant.
I'm down.
I'm gonna tell you what like the wonders of Italian cooking is.
I'm down. All right, I'm
Yes.
down. I'm down to go. I'm down
And
to go. That's gonna get me
potentially-
hate. That comment. That
Potentially the third country. I thought about it, like emotionally, and like I am more attached to it. I really like Spanish food,
Okay, that's a fucking good answer. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
but they lack of vegetables.
They lack vegetables.
They lack.
I can see that. It's a lot of
vegetables.
meat and grain.
Yeah.
All right, pieces, y'all. Peace. Deuces.